Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application, and you can see this is a covered patio deck, and the client would like to have some flush mount kits placed in there, and so let me go ahead and show you what I would recommend. Let's go ahead first of all with the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions I have here are 26.9 to center post over here. I have also a 16.1 center post here to here, and then a 10-foot, I think it was 8 to center post here to here. We have an overall ceiling height of 8 feet off the finished floor. And then also I have a distance here of 11 foot 9 inches from the wall to the center of this post. There's a structural portion here that they had to place in here. So we have an opening distance that we can actually put a flush mount kit in, about 7'1" from the inside edge to the inside edge here. And then also have these joists at roughly 16 inches on center. You can see this is off a little bit, and that's because I tried to place the same amount of units in there as I saw in an image that I got. So they're slightly off on that. You can see here right now I have some flush mount kits placed into the ceiling of the structure itself. And what I did was just made sure that we have the proper dimensions. So let's turn that on real quick here. So we need a minimum of 1'1" for the drywall 1 hour rated finish inside here of the flush mount kit, by a distance of 5 foot 6.5 inches to this edge here to this edge here. Now these are the outside dimensions. I think this is 5/8 drywall if I'm not mistaken, so the inside distances will be slightly different. So we also have the heater, and the brackets that you just saw there do not go in with the heater, but they have the heater itself and then the flush mount kit itself in here as well. So let's see if there's anything else. Because of the structural, I placed this the structural design, I should say. I placed the drywall all the way up to the edge up here, and then you would attach the flush mount kit to the actual structure. Let's go ahead and turn this off for a second here. So you would, basically drill a hole here, down the row here, and then attach the flush mount kit to the frame itself if you want to have a finished look that I'm going to show here in just a minute. So you can see that there are 3 units in total, and the distances apart, let's see if I have that here. So I have 7'10" from center to center. Now I have these at 6,000 watt units. Now you can use either the 6,000 or 4,000 at that 8 foot mounting height. If you use the 6,000 watt unit, you may want to have a control system, or at minimum at least a duplex switch, because the 6,000 watt unit, I'm not quite sure where this is physically at, but 6,000 watt unit could be kind of hot for different applications. You can see here I have just a casual dining space here and a little casual seating space over here. So just bear that in mind. Control system would be best, and if not, then possibly using 4,000 watt units only in this area. Now, a 6,000 watt unit is approximately 20,000 BTUs. I think it's 20,465 BTUs, something like that. Personally, I have a 34,000 BTU unit at 8 foot off the floor. It's a gas heater. It's on a wall. It points out to me right now our temperatures are in the mid to lower 50s around here, and sometimes that is not warm enough for me here in Southern California. So it's really how you're acclimated to your temperatures, but a 6,000 watt unit would give you much more heat than 4,000 watts. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the oh, and I should just go ahead and mention, you can see here that I've tried to place this one in the center. However, the exact center, if we took a measurement here, for instance, and we came over here and looking for the exact center of the room or of the space, you can see that this is our exact center here. And go over here and put that so you can see we have equal amounts. So because there's this, beam coming across here, obviously we need to compensate for that. So I placed this here on this right side and then skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the sixth opening there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So you can see that they're all equal. Let's go ahead and turn these off here. All right, let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these distances and dimensions off here. So going back to the flush mount kit, mounting it up against this frame. Now you can see that if I place the lid back on here, I have a option here of wood, and I have an option here of stucco. So the stucco frame finish could be something just like this. What you need to make sure is that you have this opening here. Now you won't see this design here is a little bit off, but the frame comes all the way out. But in any case, you need to make sure that from this side of the hole here that you have at least a 1/2 inch of clearance to the stucco frame itself. And then you can have the heater at the same elevation as the bottom of the flush mount kit. So that's how you would place that heater in there in a stucco finish. And then if you want to have something like this, where you have a wood finish, so this is now a combustible item here, you want to make sure that the heater itself, and I'm going to go ahead and move some of the stuff around if I can properly, but the heater itself needs to be at the same elevation as, let's see if it'll give me the opportunity to do this. So it needs to be at the same elevation as the stucco, the wood finish, and I think I have that at about 2/3 right now. Let's see. Yeah, so that would have to be like this. There are some tabs that you could lower that the heater itself rests in. I don't have those tabs shown on here, but in any case, again, you need to have the elevation of the bottom of the heater at least the same elevation or lower than the combustible surface that I have here. Now you need to still also place the gap between here and the combustible wood at 1/2 inch minimum. So, but that gives you a really nice finish. The other way that you can actually do it is if you were to take the whole frame itself and move it at the same elevation, and you would see the frame itself. Let me just go down a little bit further here, so you can see that you would see the whole frame itself. And I kind of like this look better than this one here. So, all right, let's go back here and just rearrange that real quickly. And all right. So I think that's about it for this particular application. Again, I placed it way up against the structural piece over here. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat for these 6,000 watt units. Now a 4,000 watt unit would also be the exact same footprint of heat. It's just not going to be as intense. And you can see here we get pretty good coverage. Now it would be nice to have these a little bit closer, and I'll show that in just a little bit here. But obviously we're not covering about 2 feet of distance from the wall here out to the seating area. But this would be a fairly decent application, I would say. And so that would be one consideration. Outside here, obviously we're not capturing that, and obviously you know, if you were sitting on this chair here, it would be you would not feel that warmth of the heat ray itself. So this is infrared light. Infrared light is not visible to the human eye. I'm showing this orange glow here only because of the fact that that's what the footprint of heat would look like, or that's what you can anticipate as far as the footprint of heat in your patio, but you would not see this. So one last thing is that if you were to have some sort of bar stool seating height underneath one of these heaters, it probably would be too hot. So you'd want to go ahead with the 4,000 or even a 3,000 for a bar stool seating height. Or if it's gatherings like most standing room only, then again, these would be too hot for that application. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the other option. And let me just turn the deck back on here so you can see that we have a nice covered deck space there. And let's go ahead and look at a different option, which would be to have 4 of the same units, and these are placed a little bit differently. And one thing I just want to make sure we're aware of, that there is a clearance down below here that we want to make sure that we're at least 18 inches from any combustible surface as far as wooden surfaces that we need to be aware of. So with that dimension that I showed earlier, that is not an issue. We're not penetrating. The only thing I can see here that we are possibly in a problem with, or I have a problem with, is this support here. That might be an issue. So this may or may not function properly. Maybe we need to move this, you know, over to at least one space here, and that'll give you a better coverage here as well. And you can see that that would match up with this side here as well. So what I tried to do is keep these distances all the same, but obviously that is an issue over here. So all right, so this would be 4 units, and the top would look something similar to this. Now I need to move that one over obviously, but it would look similar to something like this. And again, the type of material that you use above here is important as far as the height of the heater itself. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support us unless we receive thumbs up from our viewers, and we appreciate that so much. Thank you. Have an excellent day.